Everyone would agree that an effective resistance training program requires the performer to initially learn the basic skills and guidelines necessary to ensure safe training and optimal development. Adherence to proper lifting techniques and utilising a reasonable level of common sense makes strength training a relatively safe activity. One aspect that is often neglected is education on breath control during exercise. While breathing is normally done subconsciously, ensuring proper breathing patterns during an exercise routine will facilitate and increase efficiency of the exercise. In this lecture, we will discuss the different types of breathing and establish which one should use while performing a resistance training exercise. How to breathe throughout a repetition of a heavy resistant training activity is quite a contentious topic, as professionals argued over the safety and benefits of strategies such as breath holding and Valsalva maneuver while performing the lift. Regardless, most professionals would typically recommend athletes to exhale through the effort phase, particularly during the sticking point, which is the most strenuous part of the lift, and to inhale during the less stressful part. As an example, one should breathe out as one pushes the bar up during the bench press exercise and take a breath in at the end of the repetition. This breathing technique is called forced exhalation. So you make a forceful exhalation effort as you expend the effort of a lift. This is different to an anatomical breathing technique, whereby breathing cycle is dictated by the anatomical position, a process that can make the act of breathing more efficient. For example, as you expand abduct and extend your arms out to the side, the chest space will open. That creates a low pressure system in the lungs that will assist in the inhalation process. There are situations in which breath holding might be suggested, particularly for experienced and well-trained athletes performing compound exercises using heavy loads. In the Valsalva maneuver, the performer performs a forced exhalation while having the glottis closed, which keeps the air from escaping the lungs. The contraction of the abdomen and rib cage muscles to force the air out elevates the intrathoracic and intra-abdominal pressure, creating rigid compartments in the upper and the lower torso. The advantage of this is that it increases the rigidity of the entire torso, making it easier to support heavier loads. Generally, when you engage in the Valsalva maneuver, evidence clear that you can actually engage or exert more force and lift heavier loads. And this is compared to inhaling while you're lifting or exhaling while you're lifting. While the benefit of Valsalva maneuver may sound like it is something that everybody should be doing, the increased pressure in the chest cavity associated with this maneuver can have undesirable effects. The increase in the intrathoracic pressure will compress the vessels and cardiac chambers. Compressed venous vessels means that less blood returns to the heart, thus reducing cardiac filling. Less blood returning to the heart also means less blood being pumped out into circulation. This is referred to as reduced cardiac output. Aortic pressure also drops due to less blood being recirculated. To compensate for this reduced cardiac output, the autonomic nervous system elevates the heart rate, essentially to maintain cardiac output. Blood pressure as high as 320 over 250 has been recorded during the barbell squat exercise while engaging in the Valsalva maneuver. Reduced cardiac output also means less oxygen going to the brain, and this can lead to dizziness or even worse, blackout. For beginners, the exercise intensity shouldn't be so high that Valsalva is required. Trainers and instructors should emphasize the use of force acceleration during each lift. Experienced exercisers should be aware of the risks associated with Valsalva and learn to manage it properly. And if Valsalva is required, because it actually can be quite useful, it must be transient and should not be sustained for an extended period of time. We are talking about 1 to 2 seconds at best. Thank you for watching.